Well, welcome to the new year. But looking back a little bit into 2023, it's hard to not look at the growth and the expansion of our new department in the city of Greeley, and that is Housing and Homeless Solutions. And here with me today, I have Juliana Kitten, who has been on the show before, but we wanted to touch base with her as we move into the new year and talk about a little bit about what happened in 2023 and what's to come in 2024. Juliana, great to have you here today.
Thank you, and Happy New Year.
Yes.
Happy New Year to all our viewers out there.
It is a Happy New Year. So as I mentioned before, Juliana, what we'd like to do is just real quick, just talk a little bit about 2023, a very, very busy year for this new department and for you.
It's been a very busy year, but extremely rewarding. We have done several community meetings, which has been great to get to know our community members, understand what they're really hoping for, what their concerns are related to housing, related to homelessness. We know that housing is a national crisis across the board. In terms of looking back over 2023, I think a couple things that really stand out are that we now have our team up and running, and we've been able to house, as of today, 52 of the 60 people that we have the ability to serve. And those 52 people, their average length of time homeless is over 5 years, and their average length of time residing in the city of Greeley is 29 years, which I think is really important for people to know, because there's certainly concerns in every community I've worked in is, are our resources going to support the people of this community? Sure. And clearly that number lets us know that we are doing that.
Yeah. Now, you mentioned that, what was the number again? Was like 52?
52 of the 60.
All right. So 60 is that goal, and it has to do with a lot of work behind the scenes of doing some grant writing and funding and staffing. So when things started out in 2023, it was just you, but there's been a lot of growth and a lot of staff.
Absolutely true. And it's fabulous because I can't do this work, right? We have to have people who are dedicated and committed and really want to serve this population. So currently we have 13 staff, and because of another grant that we've written, we're going to be adding an additional 15 people to run an outreach team that is available 7 days a week, 10 hours a day. Also, to run a bridge and rapid rehousing program as well.
Okay, so not much. There's not much that's going to be coming yet. Well, I first of all, I just want to give kudos to you and to your team. I know that it's taken so much work in a very, very short amount of time to make all of this happen. And we look forward to 2024 of just seeing more of your folks and your program expand and be out there in the community. Now, you mentioned...
I need to also give a kudos, both to, all of the city departments had to stretch, right, when you're starting up a new department. And I would have to say our council, our mayor, and our city manager, without their support and advocacy, this would not have been possible. And that kind of brings me to what we're going to talk about today, which is really born out of helping people know more about what our goals are, and specifically the mayor's task force on homelessness.
That's right. So coming up this month in January 25th, we have what we're hoping to be a quarterly event happening here in Greeley, and that is the Housing and Homeless Solutions. It's a community update, and it's going to be held right here at the downtown Greeley Recreation Center where we are today. And as you mentioned, for this event that's coming up on January 25th, there are several things that folks will hear about, one of those being the mayor's task force on homelessness.
That's right. Okay. So in the mayor's task force, we've just started up in earnest, I would say, was December, and we have a number of people from across the community, all sectors of the community, that have agreed to participate on this task force, really because we understand that no one entity is able to move the needle on homelessness, that it has to be the entire community taking ownership to turn this around, and now is the time right? Now is the time here in Greeley.
Exactly. So now, in addition to that mayor's task force, there'll also be some of those folks that are on the mayor's task force in the room with us.
Yes, absolutely. So the event on the 25th is essentially we're going to have people, some light snacks, hors d'oeuvres. A couple of our representatives from the mayor's task force will say a few words. We'll talk a little bit more about the plans for 2024. And we're going to have all of the community partners in the city of Greeley who participate in this work. They will have booths so that people can it's really about an information fair in terms of the different social services and homeless services here operating in Greeley.
Well, and as you mentioned, it's not just a city effort, it's a community effort, and it's also utilizing the resources that are here because they exist, it's just they haven't always worked together.
Right, and that is absolutely one of our goals is coordinating all of these efforts to ensure that we're maximizing what we're doing. And there's a lot of concern, you hear the language, we don't want people duplicating services. So there's no concern of that at this point. The bigger concern is making sure we're coordinating services.
All right. Well, Juliana, thank you so much for being here today. We look forward to seeing everybody here at the Rec Center on January 25th. So thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody out there. Please come by.
That's right. Make sure that you put this on your calendar. So it is January 25th of 2024 from 5:30 to 7 p.m. here at the Greeley Recreation Center. There is a way that you can RSVP, so we make sure that there's plenty of snacks for everyone and chairs. What you're going to do is head on over to bit.ly/Homeless Solutions Update. We'll have that on the screen for you. And for more information, in case you've forgotten all of that information, you can head on over to speakupgreeley.com.